and welcome to my English space. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm teacher Marianne and I'm here to help you with your English. Can you do me a favor, please? Be sure to press that subscribe button down below so that I know how much you're enjoying my lessons. Hope you're finding them useful too. In this episode, I will teach you exactly how to use present perfect simple tense. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. What? I haven't even started and you're moaning. Why grammar today? Wow, it's so hard. Wait a minute. Grammar is key to clear, confident communication, so you'd better start making friends with it right now if you want to express yourself clearly without the fear of making mistakes. Present perfect is in particular a tricky verb tense. In my native language, Romanian, it doesn't exist, and out of all the verb tenses, my students find it the hardest. Once you get the logic, you'll start using it intuitively. One simple thing you need to know about it is that it makes the connection between past and present. Now be all yours because I'm going to give you 3 sentences as examples so you can see exactly what's the difference between past, present, and present perfect, which is in between. So let's start. The first one, she first rode a bike when she was 5 years old. See, the verb is rode in the past simple tense because it expresses a completed past action. Yeah, it happened long ago when she was only 5 years old. 2. She rides the bus to work every day. The verb here, rides, is in the present simple and it expresses a daily routine. Her going to work by bus happens on a daily basis. 3. She has never ridden a camel. Our verb has ridden is in the present perfect and it expresses the fact that she didn't ever ride a camel in the past, never ever, but that she still got plenty of time ahead of her to do it. Yeah, so that's somewhat placed between the past and the present. Okay, hope this little warm-up of ours has already given you a sense of what present perfect tense is all about. So stick with me until the end when we'll check if you've got it all right with the help of a quiz. Now, I'm going to talk you through its form, uses, and plenty of examples for you to get it right, of course. And let's start off with the form, which is subject plus have or has and the past participle of the main verb. The past participle is for the regular verbs ed and for the irregular ones, the third form from the list of irregular verbs. I have a mention to make though. The past participle for the regular verbs has that ed ending and looks exactly the same as the past simple form. Let's have a look at these 2 examples. She arranged her markers in the drawers. This is past simple, arranged. And they have arranged to hang out at the weekend. Here it's the present perfect, have arranged. But as you can see, the verb looks exactly the same as for the present perfect, but it's added to the auxiliary have. They have arranged. For the irregular verbs, there are these 3 forms representing the short infinitive, the past simple, and the past participle in this particular order. Check this out. We drove to the forest all night. Drove is the past simple form, therefore the second. It's drive, drove. Yeah, drove is the past simple form. And Karen hasn't driven a car in a long time. Hasn't driven, which is the third form, therefore the past participle to be used with the present perfect tense. So drive, drove, driven. In the second example, you could also see how the negative is formed, therefore by adding the negation not right after the auxiliary. Yeah, so have or has plus not and the past participle of the verb. How about the interrogative? So for questions, all you need to do is swap around the subject and have or has. Have you ever eaten sushi? Yes, I have. Or no, I haven't. These are two possible answers that you can give. Now it's time to move on to the uses, and we've got 4 of them. Number 1, we use present perfect with a recent action that happened at an unstated time in the past. Your friends called and left you a message. So, when did he call? I don't know. Or maybe it's unimportant, so the time is not specified in the sentence. Do you see that? The second use refers to past actions which have visible results in the present. She's hurt her knee while playing ball. So she played ball sometime in the past, but now what you can see on her knee is a bruise. That's the result of her playing the ball in the past, the bruise. For the third use, we have actions which started in the past and continue up to the present, like in the following example. I've lived here forever. This means that I was born in this town and I still live here. The last use is when we talk about experiences. Liam has tried Indian food once. So far, so good. Time to move on to the time expressions, which are another very important marker to recognize the verb tense by. And for the present perfect, we have for and since, just and already, yet, ever and never. So, let's get right into them. Nate has worked as a pizza boy for 2 years. For shows a period of time. It can also be used in expressions such as for a long time, for several weeks, for a decade, and so on. I haven't seen my best friend since Christmas, where since shows a starting point in the past. Other ways to use it are since last year, since your birthday, since you came, since Halloween, since the last week, and so on. She has just turned off the TV, where just means a short time ago. I've already ordered the pizza, where already means before now. You haven't set the table yet, where yet means so far. It can also be used in questions at the end as well. Have you done the laundry yet? Have you ever swum in the ocean? Wherever means at any time up to the present moment. Yeah, you can still have plenty of time to do that. And lastly, we have never. I've never won the lottery. There you have it. It wasn't that difficult, was it? Now it's time to recap with the help of a quiz, just as I promised you at the beginning of this episode. Good. First of all, let's just go over the difference between past simple and present perfect, because that's what I'm gonna test you on. So past simple is used for completed actions in the past, where the time is specified. Yeah, we have last with something, or ago, or yesterday. As with the present perfect, we're expressing incomplete actions where the time is unstated. Yeah, so unstated time for present perfect. So we don't know where the action happened, or there's still time in the present to complete that action. Are you ready? Buckle up. The task of the exercise is to give the correct form, either the past simple or the present perfect, of the verbs that I'm gonna mention, of course. Let's see. 1. My dog ill for a few days. The verb is be. Let's see. And the correct verb is has been. My dog has been ill for a few days. Yeah? So present perfect because you had that for time marker in the sentence. Very well done. Number 2. They in Berlin for 5 years. And the verb is stay. They stayed in Berlin for 5 years. So past simple, even if we have for, yeah, this is tricky, but it's past simple because it expresses a completed action in the past. 3. The two sisters always, their good times and bad times. The verb is have. And the correct form is have always had. The two sisters have always had their good times and bad times. You have that always in between the auxiliary and the past participle, yeah, to express that they can still have such highs and lows. 4. We 3 tests this week. The verb is take. Let's see. And the correct verb here is we have taken 3 tests this week. Yeah. Why present perfect? Because the time is unfinished. We have this week, so the week isn't over, so we can still have some more. Why not? And the last sentence is Sean, you to say goodbye with the verb call. Let's see. Has Sean called you to say goodbye? Again, present perfect with unstated time. We don't know the time that we've asked about. Yeah? This being said, we're done. Hope you enjoyed it, and most of all that you found it very useful, and please remember to drop your score right here in the comments. All this being said, thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you next time with another lesson. Bye!